Today is Wednesday, September 16th, and it's time for another Tuesday tag, although it is Wednesday. My flowers, it's that time of year. I wanted to do my probably very last video from outside, like a tag video. I'll probably still do my morning videos at the front of the garage, but yeah, this is the last nice day, and then we have fall officially setting in. But I was tagged. Oh, thank you, Tracy, over at Trials of a Longhaired Girl. Tracy does these every Tuesday. She comes up, I don't know where she comes up with these questions, but she comes up with some really, really good questions. While we're speaking of Tracy, Tracy had a death in her family. Her aunt passed away just before she put when she was putting up the video yesterday. So if you could remember her family and her aunt in your prayers, I'm sure she would appreciate it. But once again, I wanted to thank Edie over at Edie's Edie's Adventures in WW Weight Loss. Let me get that right. Edie, E-D-I-E''S, Adventures in WW Weight Loss. I will leave a link to her channel. She's a new subscriber. Please go over to her. Joan over at Joan's Pointed Plate had recommended her, and I went over there, and she's got some really good content. So go over there, give her some love, tell her I sent you. Also, go over to Bee's channel. I'll leave a link to her channel too, because I was tagged by Bee over at Bee's Journey, and so I got tagged twice. I love it. I love it. I am going to tag, well, of course, we know Robbie over at Frekifitwolf. I'm going to tag Robbie. I'm also going to tag Lainey over at Laineyslife. Sue at Sue Slims Down, and I think I'm also going to tag Valerie Reese, because Valerie does them with her daughter. Valerie Reese's channel is Valerie Reese. I'll leave a link to her channel. But a lot of times she does them with her daughters, which is Ferianus Logs, I think it is. But check out Valerie's channel, and she'll steer you in the right direction. So anyway, let's get started with the questions. Number one, what type of music are you into? I really like the current music that's going around. I try to stay young. I know I'm 70, but you never know it if you're around me. I don't think I act like I'm 70. I look like I'm 70, but I don't act like I'm 70. But I pretty much like just about every kind of music rather. The exception being, I'm not really that into, and I don't mean it as a slander, it's just that I grew up when we called it hillbilly music, but I think it's really bluegrass music. When I say hillbilly, it's like a term of endearment, because Jim's relatives are all from Kentucky and Springfield, Ohio, or no, Springfield, Illinois rather, and so they even call themselves hillbillies. And so I don't know, I don't mean any offense by it by any means, but I just don't like that twangy, which Jim absolutely loves. The only way I do like bluegrass music is if there's a banjo in it. Oh, I love banjos. I just love banjos. But I would say every kind of music. A lot of times when I'm walking with Denise, I have my earbuds in because I need background noise. I'm a little ADD. I don't know if you knew that, but I'm a little ADD, and so I need distractions all the time. And so I keep it very low. But a lot of times I'll just have like classical music playing while I'm walking. But I like just about. Oh no, I take that back. I don't like opera music. I like Phantom of the Opera, but I didn't really consider that opera music. Number two, what are your hobbies and how did you get into them? I don't really have a hobby, although Denise will tell you that being on YouTube is not my hobby. My sister Denise has tried for 50 years to get me to have a hobby. I did for a hot minute crochet. I did crochet my mother Afghan. That took me forever to do, and it came out really nice. It really did come out nice. I have no idea what happened to it, but I did do that. I don't sew, not at all. I'm always amazed when I see people sewing. Reading, I guess, would be a hobby, because I just love to read. I'm an avid reader. I've got books everywhere. And I'll start a book in one room, and then I'll start another book in another room, and then I'll read a book out here. And when I worked, I had a book that I read at work. So, I mean, and I can keep the storyline straight. So, I'm just ADD. Sometimes it pays off. Number three, what's your favorite ice cream topping? Saunders Hot Fudge. Oh. And I have 2 jars of it in my pantry. Because I got that one. I bought them when they were on sale, when I was part of my, I don't really, if I lose, I lose. If I don't, I don't. You know. but I haven't opened them. And I have probably in my freezer in the garage, it's a shame to say, but probably about 6 different types of ice cream. But I'm on my goal to get to my 100 pounds and get to Wonderland, and so that's behind me. That's not, well, it's in my future at a, what do you call it? That is a treat time when I'm ready to have a treat, and that's when I'm going to have it. But, oh, hot fudge, hot fudge, hot fudge. Number 4, do you like going to the movies or prefer watching at home? Oh, how I miss going to the movies. Jim and I used to go at least once a week, went to the movies. We'd take turns. He'd pick one, I'd pick one, and then when we would watch the previews, we'd always look at it and we'd go, cable. You know, if it was like, it looks cute, looks good, but doesn't look like it's worth, well, see, now we get the senior discount. I think the last time we went, it was $10, I think. 10 or 11, because I think a regular ticket is like 15 or 16 now. And we always go before 6 o'clock, because even then it's even cheaper. So, but oh, we haven't been to the show since February. A lot of movies just are better at the show than they are. I always thought that Signs with Mel Gibson was a really good movie to see at the show. I watch it every time it comes on cable. But it's just not the same. It's just not. And then when we watched Greyhound with Tom Hanks the other day, it was on Apple something, Apple Prime, or I don't know, some kind of Apple that we have. I think it lost a lot because of the sound. We have a surround sound, just trust me, Jim's got the whole shebang going on in there. But it's just not the same. As we say, close, similar, not the same. Movie line. Number 5, what's your go-to guilty pleasure? That would be my turtle cake. I still have 2 slices in the freezer. That would be my go-to guilty pleasure, because it's just really heavy in calories, and I just love it. But other than food, my other guilty pleasure would be just getting absorbed in a like a Netflix marathon, and like to find something. A lot of shows I wait until like there's at least 3 seasons so I can, you know, watch them like that way. So I would think that's a guilty pleasure, because you're just sitting around on like a big old lump, not doing anything. Number 6, how old were you when you had your first celebrity crush, and who was it? I was 11 years old, and it was Johnny Crawford, the rifleman, Mark McCain. Oh, I just love Mark McCain. He's still alive, too. Well, of course he is. He's not that much older than me. But, oh, I just thought if I could ever meet Mark McCain, Johnny Crawford. And then when Shelley Fabre came out with Johnny Angel, you're an angel to me. I always thought of Johnny Crawford, and I would, every time I'd watch The Rifleman, I would sing, Johnny Angel, how I love you. Oh, I love that song. Anyway, but Johnny Crawford. Of course, my first crush when I was 10 years old was Chuck Cybeck, who didn't give me the time of day. So Chuck Cybeck, if you're out there, you missed out on something. No, you didn't. Number 7, what's one thing that can instantly make your day better? Talking to my family. Christy calls me, Christy's my daughter, she calls me every day. And now she's got 2 jobs. She works from 6 to 3 as a claims adjuster for an insurance company, or something with an insurance company. I don't know if it's exactly a claims adjuster, but something to do with claims. And then she works at Boston Market with her husband, Aaron, because with the pandemic they've cut back all of his hours and his payroll and stuff like that. So she goes and works there. She still gets paid, but he can count on her. I mean, you know, he's got a lot of people that they might show up today, but they might not show up tomorrow. And, you know, a lot of it, I know there's a lot of discussion about the $600. I myself think that should have been adjusted. I could see giving everybody their income that they lost, but some people really were making more money. And that's the problem Aaron was having with his people, is they were making more money not working. And so I could see when they said that, I really could. I'm not saying that they shouldn't have been helped out, but, you know, don't give them more than they were making. That just doesn't seem fair. It doesn't seem right either. It just doesn't. What activity instantly calms you? I'm going for my walk. If I'm feeling a little tense or irritable or just kind of agitated, I can just go for a walk, pop my earphones in, my earbuds in, and just walk, and it's just very relaxing. A lot of times it's just watching one of my favorite shows or listening to music. If it's like the weather's bad, just listening to some music, and that'll do it. That'll calm me down. Do you have a favorite type of exercise? Well, people tell me that walking is an exercise, but I don't think of it as an exercise. I don't walk to lose weight. I do it to keep my joints moving, loose, and just to feel better about myself. Start off my day in the right note, and just feel good. And so I don't think of that as an exercise, because I don't like watching Leslie Sansone on TV. That's exercise. I know it's walking, but it's exercise. But I like to dance, although I'm a terrible dancer, but I do like to dance. So I would say walking. And number 10, would you rather cook or order in? I love to cook, and I am a pretty good cook other than my biscuits. I cannot make a biscuit to save my life. I don't care. You can give me any kind of a biscuit, even those little Pillsbury croissants or Pillsbury Grands or any of those little biscuits. Burnt. Now I can make like a frozen homemade bread, let it rise, and put it in the oven, and it'll cook fine, and I won't have a problem, or bake fine, and I'll be fine. But then when you buy the same little biscuits that are made from the same dough, because it's the same company, no. And I'll stand watch over them, and I'll open up the oven, and I'll turn them over like they're an egg or something, or like a pancake. And no, but I do miss eating out. I do, you know. But I think that's one of the reasons I'm doing so well on my weight loss over the pandemic, is because I was eating out 4, 5, 6, 7 times a month, either ordering something in or going to a restaurant or something. So I think that you know, you're better control of your portion sizes and the ingredients that are going in it. But if I had to really pick, would I rather cook or order in? I'm going to pick order in. I really am, but it's not good for me health-wise. So anyway, those are the 10 questions. So thank you so much, Edie. I so appreciate you tagging me, and I'm really enjoying your channel. I really am. It's really interesting. And also Bee, I love watching Bee. I like that she's, I don't mean to be talking bad about Bee, but she was, I don't mean talking bad, but she was kind of like in a little funk there for a while. And so now she's back to her old chipper self. I love it. I love it. So once again, I'm going to tag, and Tracy, always, Tracy, thank you for coming up with these. I just don't know how you do it, but you do it every week. You never let us down. You're very dependable. But once again, I'm going to tag Robbie over at Frekifitwolf, Sue at Sue Slims Down, Lainey at Laineyslife, and Valerie Reese. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit that like button, and share if you think somebody might like to see it. And especially now with the flu season coming on, be safe.